We begin with our top story. The suspect in the shootings of two National Guard members in D.C. is now facing a murder charge after the death of one of the soldiers. That's in addition to the initial charges against him, including 3 counts of possession of a firearm during a crime of violence and 2 counts of assault with intent to kill while armed. As of Thursday morning, U.S. Attorney for D.C. says it's too soon to say what the suspect's motives were.
And we're working very closely with our federal partners, especially DHS and the FBI, to review his immigration history and the vetting process itself. What we know about him is that he drove his vehicle across country from the state of Washington with the intended target of coming to our nation's capital.
President Trump announced Thursday night that Specialist Sarah Beckstrom died from her injuries sustained in that attack. Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf remains hospitalized in critical condition. In response to the shooting, the Trump administration is escalating immigration. The president says he wants to pause migration to the U.S. from poorer nations. Lee Waldman has the latest.
The day after 20-year-old National Guard member Sarah Beckstrom died from her gunshot injuries, her loved ones are trying to cope with the loss.
Kind of hard to believe, more type. I don't know if it's really hit me the hardest yet. Kind of in shock.
Another National Guard member, Sergeant Andrew Wolf, is critically wounded. The shooting suspect has been identified as an Afghan national who first came to the U.S. in September 2021, shortly after the chaotic U.S. withdrawal from Kabul.
There are certainly many more charges to come, but we are upgrading the initial charges of assault to murder in the first degree.
The suspect was one of more than 190,000 Afghans admitted to the U.S. under Operation Allies Welcome and Enduring Welcome, according to the State Department. In the wake of the shooting, President Donald Trump has called for an even more intense immigration crackdown.
This heinous atrocity reminds us that we have no greater national security priority than ensuring that we have full control over the people that enter and remain in our country. For the most part, we don't want them.
Trump added he would, quote, permanently pause migration from all third world countries, but didn't specify which countries he's referring to. West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey says he'll continue to support the mission of the state's National Guard members in Washington, D.C.
When you have these terrorists, when you have these evildoers, you're not going to back down when these people try to go after our servicemen and women.
In New York, I'm Lee Waldman.
The suspect, who is in custody, served in the Afghan army for 10 years and worked alongside a CIA-backed military unit during the war. He came to America in 2021 following the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan through a Biden-era program called Operation Allies Welcome, as you heard in that last story. A source familiar with the case and a separate law enforcement source told NBC News that the suspect was granted asylum this year under the Trump administration.